Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I want to talk to you about one of the best buffs that came in the last patch, and I want to show off the beast that is now Tomb Lord. Probably the strongest buff that we've seen in the last patch, albeit there's probably two other legendaries as well that got decent gains. And those are Crypt King Graal, that I might do another video on as well if you want to see it. And King Garog, actually now maybe decent, maybe decent, but Tomb Lord for me is like the most, I guess the biggest buff that's going to change people's games, because he comes in and is now really viable anywhere. It's kind of viable anywhere in the game. So let me talk to you about what they've done. So he already had a triple hit A1, which is cool because it means you can throw Giant Slayer on him for extra damage. It means that he is going to be relevant in places like Fire Knight for beating down that shield. And he also places a good debuff on his A1, decreased speed. Super important for a lot of Doom Tower content. Fire Knight again, Ice Golem. Yeah, anywhere where you want to kind of slow down that main boss. So his A1 was already good. The only thing to be aware of is you do need to apply crits to land his debuffs, which instantly means you need more stats than some other champions to get some of his stuff away. His A2 was buffed so that instead of just placing one poison to all enemies, he's actually got this 70% chance, books to 100% chance to place 2 poisons on all enemies for 2 turns. It used to go on for 1 turn, sorry, now it's for 2 turns. If he crits, it goes on to, it's 4 poisons for 2 turns. So you got 5% poisons for 2 turns. A poison does 5% of someone's damage. So basically, as soon as they tick, you're doing 20% of the enemy's damage. Yeah, it's massive. And the fact that it's now going on for 2 turns instead of 1 just means that he becomes viable in places like Clan Boss. He's just way more effective if you're going to throw him alongside a Poison Exploder. And yeah, this buff here is serious. And you think, okay, that's nice. That's nice. So what, is that it? No. He used to be on a 5-turn cooldown for his Blight ability, which is his kind of bread and butter, drop defense, drop attack ability, kind of similar to what a Stag Knight does. But he also throws in a turn meter drop as well, only when the enemy's less than half health. So this becomes a huge ability. Yeah, my issue was always with Tomb Lord. Yeah, but you can't get back to his decreased defense quick enough to make him relevant in dungeon waves. Yeah, so when you're trying to get through waves of content, you absolutely want to get back round to this. Otherwise, you've got to bring another person that does the same job. And then it's like, well, what's his job? Is he the poisoner? Is he the decreased defense guy? Now he's the full package. I would say his best place in the game is Ice Golem, because poison doesn't trigger the Retribution Slam. Yeah. Decreased attack is exceptionally important on Ice Golem, on the actual boss, and decreased defense is helpful to make you do more damage. So I think that's his best dungeon, but he's super good now in Dragon, can solo Dragon, and I'll show that build a bit further on in the video. And he's really good in Fire Knight as well. He's not terrible in Spider, honestly. You know, 20% of the Spider's health popping away with the poisons. Decreased attack means you're taking less damage from the spiderlings. Decreased defense means that, you know, your champions like your Cold Hearts or your Armigers or Septimus or whoever is going to hit harder. And decreased speed on the main boss just straight up means you're going to do you're going to get your attacks away before the spider heals quickly. So all of like the 4 core dungeons, he becomes really top tier for. So yeah, I really like the changes. He is relevant in Arena just because he does an AoE drop defense, albeit not top-end Arena, but he's still relevant in Arena. And yeah, I just feel like good changes. Doom Tower, super relevant as well. So let's see him in action. Now, in terms of his build, I have pretty much left his build as it was before the buff, okay? So I didn't want to throw him into my best possible gear. I thought I'd do it in a bit of a different way, because he's not a damage dealer as such yet. Most of his damage is going to come from his poisons and his A1. Yeah, so I've got him in Perception gear. I've got him at 226 speed. You do want him to be pretty quick, so he lands his drop defense before your team start to go. I've got him in an HP chest, so he just kind of doesn't get targeted and killed. I've got the 100% crit rate so that he lands his abilities properly. And then I've got accuracy. Okay, 6-piece perception just throws his accuracy through the roof anyway, which enables me to put a bit of resistance into his build as well, so that he can resist things like the Ice Golem freeze, the Dragon stuns, the Wave stuns, you know, all that type of stuff. So it becomes a really diverse champion. This is not the build I would use for soloing stuff. If you want to solo stuff, you've got to regain health somewhere, which means you need things like either regen set or lifesteal set, basically. In terms of masteries, again, I've not changed them up. This is my old school build. So most of his damage comes from poison or Giant Slayer. Triple hit, Giant Slayer is nice for that. Giant Slayer is also super relevant for content that's level 21 to 25, where you're not getting the same level of damage from just generally hitting, because they've got such high defense numbers. So Giant Slayer becomes really good there. I've gone for a kind of almost like a standard clan boss style build. And then we've got Accuracy Tree, we've got Evil Eye to drop some turn meter with his A1, and then just generally more stats. I've got turn meter boost coming from Arcane Celerity here. So this is what I'd class as like a standard dungeon diver type build that will just get you through any of the 4 big keeps, any of the 4 big dungeons. And let's just show him off. Okay, let's try him out on Ice Golem then. So stage 24, we know it gets a bit nasty when it gets to 24. The ads take a long time to be killed. He's going to be dropping defense and attack for us. We've got a free-to-play-ish type of team, Apothecary, Helmet, Seal, and then I brought Phoenix in to try and deal with the side ads on the Ice Golem. So as we're kind of running our way through the content, we get a decreased attack and defense away really early. I've also got the block buffs from Phoenix, which is actually really solid for general content. And you see we get the poisons out nice and early, 4 across the board. That's just going to help us get through the waves quickly, because we don't have Seer here. We don't have the Poison Exploder champion that basically decimates these waves. And it's really what you need to be able to deal with waves quickly. We just don't have it in this team. I'm trying to show you a kind of more realistic type of team. So we control the ads as much as we can. And then the poisons really are doing all of the work on the ads. What we'll see is, because we get to a point where he gets his A3 back and then is also dropping turn meter, he gets an extra turn at that point, and it means he rotates back through his abilities really quick. So we get back to his poison ability fast, we get back to his drop attack and defense ability quick, and yeah, hopefully we'll smash our way into wave 2 in a reasonable time. It's still not quick. Like, if you don't have Seer, it's just slow to deal with anything, honestly. But it's much quicker than other kind of champion combos. So a good amount of stuns away here from Helmet. We get our kind of block buffs going on. We get more stuns going on from Seal. He's going to rotate back through his abilities in a second, and then we're going to have our decreased defense going out again. And yeah, we're kind of just comfortable. We're comfortable on the waves with this style of team. There's the big poison hits, meaning they're now going to start dealing damage to themselves just by taking turns. Dead. Decreased defense goes out everywhere. This is now comfortable. I'll get us onto the boss. So onto the boss then, we get a decreased attack and defense away. I actually didn't land the decreased attack. It's really unlucky. It means that he's going to do some big damage to us now. Hopefully we get back round to his decrease attack ability before he smashes us, or we could actually be dead. Decreased attack, super important against this boss. Especially when there's all the ads up. Yes, we've lost Phoenix, which is nasty. Luckily, Seal's going to pick him back up. But yeah, that was potential death time right there. So we do need the decreased attack to land. Come on, Tomb Lord, do your job. Gets a load more poison out there. That's good. Obviously, the stuns and stuff just means these ads don't take their turn, but they take a load of damage. We get the block revive out from Phoenix. We filled up the bar with everything that's poison, and we can't get a decreased attack away. So this is like a worst case run, honestly. This is about as bad as it's going to get, because we didn't get the decreased attack away right at the start. Even with that said, he's slow. Both of his ads are dead. And if poison ticks on him, then it's just going to chunk without him doing his retribution hit. And his retribution hit is actually the nasty one. So even with this worst case scenario, we're still kind of cruising through, still doing the revives. You know, my squishier people sitting down. But with that one ad up, there's not really a lot he's going to do to us anyway. He can't kill us. He's going to get his turn. The poison's going to do half damage. So it is half damage on 21. But it's still a lot. Look at that. Still a chunk of his health gone. And with no retribution hit, because poison doesn't deliver that, it just means that we're pretty comfortable. So it's going to end up being like a, what, 4.5, 5 minute run against, you know, one of the toughest bosses to do quickly. And, you know, it's absolutely consistent. That's the main thing. Phoenix, finish him off. Go on. Block revive. Bam, bam. Block revive. Dead. There's now absolutely no way we die. So this is him in probably the hardest level of Ice Golem to deal with. And honestly, he's making it kind of trivial because of his kind of basic abilities here. I feel like I need a little bit more defense on my Phoenix. So I'm going to move us on. We can see what's going to happen here. Now it's just boring to watch. Let's get us on to Finite. So there you go, 5 minutes 13. Not bad at all. No, I do not want Cursed Gear. And then on to Finite. So I'll do Finite stage 20 just so it's not such a long run. But the idea is still the same. I wonder if we actually just run with the same team. That'd be pretty cool. So positive affinity for Tomb Lord on Finite 20, which is nice. Let's get the gang back together. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Seal. Phoenix is super good here as well, actually. Phoenix is, Apothecary is. So I feel like we just bring the same gang. Same gang, same lead spot. Phoenix, come in, do your work. And big boy here. Let's go. So same idea, really. We've got control for the waves, and then we've got multi-hitters for the boss. Throw out a load of poison. I'm not sure why he didn't do his drop defense first. I guess I would change his AI to always do this ability first. I'm not sure why he didn't decide to do it there, honestly. Not that it makes too much difference, but it just seems weird to me that wouldn't be his like natural AI ability. We've only got, what, 1 turn meter dropper here in Seal. And then once we get past half health, we've got another one in Tomb Lord. But we do have decreased speeds across the board. We obviously got speed buffs on our team. So wave 1, easy. Wave 2, going to be comfortable as well. Just because we've got so much control going on, we're going to hit hard once they've got their decreased defense out. And if they do come at us, at least we've got a decreased attack on them so that they don't hit us anywhere near as hard. So again, I'll get us onto the boss, which can see that play through. So when we hit the boss then, we've got to break the shield. His 3-hitter A1 is awesome for that. He only gets 1 hit on the other 2 abilities. We want to land the decrease of speed as early as we can. So bam, decreased speed is on. Nice. And we don't have, in this setup, really... I guess I've not really bought a great team. I don't have a heal reduction going on. I've got a number of people that can do multi-hits on their A1s. And I've got some turn meter control going on with Seal. So it's not ideal. But bam, poisons are on. We're going to get back round to his decreased defense soon. Seal's doing the old weak hits. I've got 3 people here that can weak hit. It's a terrible setup. Absolutely shocking setup. If anything, if I do this, Tomb Lord is hard carrying this team. Honestly, he's hard carrying the team because the rest of the setup's just shocking. We've got a plethora of decrease of poisons out there. We've obviously got natural healing from Seal. She just kind of, again, makes it relatively comfortable just to do any of this type of stuff. And even though he's healing, because we don't have a heal reduction out there, because of the amount of poisons we've got kicking in, we're actually out damaging his heal. Even with this terrible setup, terrible team, it's like, you know, I built this team for everywhere else, but we're finding a way to make it through. Again, we're smashing the poisons in. We've got the decreased defense out there now, which means we're just going to hit harder. And again, there's no way we don't do this. It's just how long it takes. If I'd bought a Cold Heart, the Armigers, all of those, that kind of crew, then, you know, we probably half the time that we're going to take. But again, I just wanted it to be a very achievable team to get to. So I'm going to run this to the end. Let's see him solo some stuff, shall we? Actually, I should have left it running. I forgot to talk about that. Once he gets past this 50% health, actually we've got a second turn meter control in Tomb Lord. That was important to talk about. So, if this was a cold heart in this kind of helmet spot, helmet's not really doing a lot in this team, to be honest. If it was a cold heart here, we'd get to that 50% much quicker. And then instead of just laying decreased attack or defense, we're also ripping his turn meter right back. But you can see here, I mean, Tomb Lord's doing the lion's share of the damage because of that poison spray that he does. So super good. Okay, let's move on to Mr. Solo Tomb Lord. So this is really gear intensive. It's a hard build to achieve. I've got regen set here. Maybe it's better just in lifesteal gear, to be honest. But I've got regen set, same as I would have done with my Eurogrim build before he was nerfed. Good amount of speed, like 240 plus. You've got to get your 100% crit rate up to get his hits away. You want 250 resistance. You want 220 accuracy. And then you want as much health and defensive stats as you can get on top of that. His HP is where he gets his kind of regen from with regen set. It's a percentage of your HP that you will heal for. And in terms of masteries, important ones are Arcane Celerity to get more turn meter going. Law of Steel to get more stats. Spirit Haste to get more speed when people are dead. Oppressor gives you more turn meter as you put your debuffs out there. And then things like Whirlwind of Death, more speed. Wrath of the Slain, more damage. And your damage is coming from his poisons, not his hits. So actually you turn the decrease defense ability off, his blight ability A3. The way I'm doing it, this is actually, I was kind of playing around with this earlier. I think this is the better way of doing it. So I'm going to open with his blight and then don't use it after that. So what that means is on the first wave, we're going to drop defense and get some of that drop defense benefit of speed away and the decreased attack away, so we're not taking as much damage, whilst we're kind of getting up to full capacity ourselves. And then we're not going to use it again, so that when their turn meter when their health drops below 50%, he's not going to keep pushing their turn meter back and making the run longer. And really all you do then is you land your decrease of speeds with your A1s, which means that they take longer to take a turn. We get all of the benefits of our team dying, and you just kind of let it run through from there. And I think he's possibly the best champion, albeit it's a hard build to pull off. I think he's the best champion at soloing dragon content now. This is level 25. It's as hard as it gets. And I'll let you watch it through to the end.
Here we go now.
So there we go. Thanks to Soundstripe, a partner of the channel, for giving us the background music, giving me my royalty-free music in all of my content, streams, YouTube and what have you. There will be a link below that you can click, get 15% off of any Soundstripe subscriptions that you do, anything like that. But yeah, thanks to those guys. One of the things I didn't mention was I've put a lead in here that gives me a bit of extra speed. So one of your food champions, ideally, you want to have some sort of speed aura just to help him get through it. But so far it's 100% for me. 2 minutes 40 odd. I've done it in 2 minutes 22. I think it's my best, up to like 2 minutes 50. So pretty consistent. But as I say, pretty hard build to pull off. Faction Wars, this guy's an absolute legend. And in a bunch of Doom Tower stuff as well, especially Doom Tower waves. So look, Tomb Lord Here's where it's at now. Probably the biggest buff that we've seen in this patch. Get yours out the vault. He's definitely worth it. I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.